Jackie, would you please take the roll?
President Janner.
Here.
Vice President Riley, absent. Commissioner Egan.
Present.
Commissioner Heidi.
Here.
Commissioner Ori.
Here.
Commissioner Todd.
Here.
Commissioner Young.
Here.
The first item on our agenda is awards and recognitions, and I'll head over to the podium up here for this. Tonight, it gives me great pleasure to recognize the Naperville Park District's green team. Some of them are with us here tonight, and I'd like to talk a little bit about their efforts. In 2009, the Naperville Park District created its first green team to address green issues and initiatives for the organization. The team is made up of staff from virtually all areas of the district, and its role as a unit is to track the district's green initiatives, discuss potential new ones, and create a culture of environmental awareness while telling its story to the community and beyond. In its first year of operation, the Green Team demonstrated cost savings and environmental benefits, developed both internal and external awareness, and received awards for its efforts. Most notably, the district was the first area park district to receive the Earth Flag from DuPage County. An additional benefit of the Green Team's efforts is that the first year resulted in the support for new environmental initiatives to benefit the Park District and, in turn, the entire community. Soon to be published is the Green Team Sustainability Report for 2013. This annual overview of environmentally related accomplishments demonstrates the great strides that the district has made throughout the previous year in becoming more green and helping the environment through various various maintenance practices, water conservation initiatives, resource audits, and use of fuels and other materials. Please watch for this report to be published on the district's website within the next month. A few highlights from the 2013 Sustainability Award are as follows. The 10,000-gallon cistern at Knock Park has collected over 400,000 gallons of water in 2012-2013, which was used for irrigating fields. As a result, we saved over $2,700 in water and wastewater costs. More than 500 community volunteers pitched in to help with natural area maintenance, garden plot gleaning, planting, and other tasks in 2013. Through the control link system used at our lighted sports fields, we saved 136,962 kilowatt hours of electricity through the push-button controls and early offs, resulting in a $12,000 cost savings in 2013. The Conservation Foundation recently recognized the Naperville Park District at its annual awards luncheon with this honor. I was wondering why the Green Team Award was not green, but it's nice nevertheless. The 2014 Sustainable Development Award for Leadership in Sustainable Development and Education. The foundation cited the Park District's work on the Knock Knolls Nature Center, which is currently under construction, as a prime example of sustainability. The facility, which is designed to LEED, which stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design Platinum Standards, includes solar panels, a green roof, and a cistern that will reuse rainwater for indoor plumbing, to name only a few of the building's elements. Please join me in thanking the 16 Naperville Park District staff members who have committed themselves to serving on the Green Team and for their efforts in ensuring that sustainability remains an important focal point for our organization and our community. Would all the members of the Green Team that are in attendance please stand? And I'll read their names, and then if you folks wouldn't mind coming up to take a quick picture, we'd like to do that. That's Kevin Carlson from Golf, Andrea Coates from the Beach, Ryan Davidson from Parks, Kevin Finnegan from Parks, Angelique Harshman from Recreation, Jennifer Herman from Human Resources, Drew Hogue from Trades, Tiffany Howell from Parks, Sue Omenson from Marketing and Planning, Chuck Papanos from Parks, Peggy Pelkinen from Planning, Eric Schutz from Planning, Nancy Thompson from Marketing, Banks Warren from Parks, Brad Wilson from Recreation. I almost said Brad, I pretty much did say that. And Yeah, exactly. And Rob Wysocki from IT. So again, congratulations. If you don't mind coming up here, we'll take a quick picture with the award. Okay, the next item on our agenda is matters from the public. Jackie, has anyone from the public signed up to speak tonight?
Yes, President Janner, we have 2 speakers this evening.
Okay, for our 2 speakers, the board will receive public comment for up to 3 minutes on non-agenda topics. The board will allow public comment on agenda topics prior to board discussion for, again, up to 3 minutes. So who's the first speaker?
Mr. Rick Strawbridge.
Mr. Strawbridge, if you could please come up to the podium and state your name and home address for the record, and then you'll have 3 minutes. Welcome.
Thank you. Rick Strawbridge, 1193 Johnson Drive. I'm here to talk about the proposed extension of the bike trail at Knock Knolls. And I don't know if I know how to work this machine or not. You want to hit your microphone? Is this on?
Yeah, 10.
Is it on? Okay. I'm not sure how to work this machine. I hope a map has been passed around, but in any event, there's a hardtop macadam bike trail extension that's being planned from the existing trail through Knock Knolls down south toward the 95th Street extension. That's going to pass through 2 meadows. And I'm very familiar with this particular park. We used to walk there every single weekend with our dogs. My wife was there virtually every day. It's one of the few areas in Naperville where you're going to find a lot of wildlife. And it's also by your new nature center. This bike trail is going to be, where it's located, according to the proposal, is going to be intrusive. It's going to go right through 2 meadows where you're going to find all the kinds of creatures that live in Naperville are out in those meadows. And if you want to go there now during the during the winter, you'll find their tracks. At the same time, there is an existing pathway that's in black here, an existing farm trail. It's hard packed. The wagon that takes around hay riders in the fall goes down that trail. It goes parallel to the river. It's under the trees, so it's very pretty, and it's used now by lots and lots of bikers. If you walk out there on the weekend, you're going to have a lot of bikers. It's an existing trail. As I understand it, you have 1 or 2 projects coming up in the future that are going to require some money. Here's a way for you to save some money. Instead of digging out a new trail and being intrusive with the local wildlife, you can use an existing trail that's going to make a shorter route and probably fewer construction costs and be less intrusive on the wildlife. That sounds like a win-win to me. Now, I was just told by one of your staff members that this has been studied. I don't know the details of the study. Apparently, they found that it was very conducive to use the trail according to the map shown on the red route. I'd urge you to take a look at that, however, and look at the greater equities here and the more important principles, which would be to better use existing space rather than, I don't want to say destroy, but rather than alter one of the few wild spaces that are still here in Naperville. Walking in nature is a legitimate recreational pastime. You don't need a bike to do it, and there are a lot of folks that actually go out there and enjoy that. And I urge you to preserve the places where they can do that and interact with wildlife. This is one of them. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Strawbridge. Jackie, who's our next speaker?
Mr. Ricardo Moyano.
Mr. Moyano, same drill. If you would mind coming up to the podium, state your name and your home address for the record, and you'll have up to 3 minutes. Welcome.
Good evening. My name is Ricardo Moyano. I live at 321 Rowan Court. I'm speaking of the 828 ordinance. As Rick expressed very eloquent, his views are my views. Every morning I walk my dog at Knock Knolls. It's a beautiful place here in Naperville. I mountain bike, I cross-country ski. The fact that even cross-country coaches spray and ruin the aesthetics of the woods in a way really appalls me. We have to have more preservation in our thoughts rather than development. I like to think that Mr. Knock, when he donated this land, he meant more to preserve the beauty of the park. I would think of it more as a forest preserve rather than a park. And well, these are my thoughts. Again, I like to see that this area not be touched, paved, and keep its and preserve its beauty the way it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, the next item on our agenda is updates and reports. The first report is the Finance Committee update, and that is Commissioner Ori.
Thank you. The Finance Committee met on March 12th. Director Stanish provided an overview of the January 31st, 2014 Treasurer's Report that included the district's three main funds, general, recreation, and golf. The Treasurer's Report is on tonight's agenda for approval. The money manager for the district's fixed income portfolio, Tom Sawyer, presented the quarterly investment performance report for the period ending December 31st, 2013, with an update through February 28, 2014. The district's portfolio has outperformed the benchmark since the inception of the portfolio in June of 2011 through December 2013. The portfolio has netted 66 basis points vis-a-vis the benchmark at 59 basis points. Highlights of the draft three-year finance plan were presented to the committee. Financial results of the three major funds, general, recreation, and golf, were reviewed, and the golf committee will review the golf section at the March 24th meeting. The plan will be presented to the board. The draft plan will be presented to the board at the March 27th meeting, with final approval scheduled for April 10th. Thank you.
Let you take a breath here, Commissioner Ori. The next report is the Parks and Recreation Committee update, which is also you. Commissioner Ori.
Thank you. The Parks and Recreation Committee met on February 21st. No members of the public attended. There was discussion on a proposed basketball court for the River Run subdivision. Since the Homeowners Association is split whether this would be a positive amenity or an attractive nuisance, we will not move forward with this project at this time. We will notify the community that we are putting this on the bottom of the priority list, and if they want us to construct the court in the future, we will be starting from scratch. Director Schutz led discussion on the 10-year capital overview and the ADA transition plan. He also outlined recommended improvements in the construction plan for Segment 5 Trail. Significant matching funds available will cap our contribution to this improvement at $115,000. We've got a problem with sun at the beach, if you can imagine, in this day in these conditions. In the summertime, the setting sun from the west gets into the, pours through the windows and disturbs the staff trying to help the patrons. The staff has designed a pergola which was presented to the committee. The committee agreed that this was an attractive, cost-effective solution to this problem. President Janner presented a new program request, Adopt a Field, which would offer volunteers the opportunity to take our already well-maintained fields to a higher level. The program would include training opportunities led by industry experts. Director Finnegan will coordinate with Lynette Huell to pilot the program this spring. The Recreation Department is working with several community organizations, among which the Chinese Community, School District 203, and the Conservation Foundation, to develop some new programs. Initial planning for a major springtime celebration is underway. The planning date is May 10th. Further detail on any of these items will be found in the meeting minutes when approved. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Ori. The next report is the Golf Committee update, and that is Commissioner Todd.
All right, the Golf Committee met on February 17th. We reviewed the year-end report. We also talked about the marketing plans for 2014. The new website, which is a consolidation of our two previous websites, has proven to be a very good idea, and we're getting twice the number of hits on that site compared to the previous year. Marketing's also working on a brochure for golf. And our next meeting is going to be March 24th at 7:30 a.m. at the Springbrook Range Room. That's it.
Thank you, Commissioner Todd. Next, we have the Board President update. This evening, I'd like to congratulate the Western DuPage Special Recreation Association, or WDSRA, on hosting an outstanding Black and Red Bash event in Glen Ellen this past weekend. Members of our Naperville Park District Board and staff were in attendance, and we found the event to be both inspiring and humbling. WDSRA continues to be a great partner of the Naperville Park District, and please join me in thanking the WDSRA Board and staff for their outstanding service to our community. That's their signature event for the year. I'm also pleased to report that recently the district was recognized with 2 financial reporting awards. Our 2012 Popular Annual Financial Report, or PAFR, which was redesigned for the 2012 reporting year, was submitted for consideration in the Government Finance Officers Association, or GFOA, of the U.S. and Canada's annual awards competition. The PAFR was rated in a number of different categories, including creativity, presentation, understandability, and reader appeal. Additionally, the district received the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting for our 2012 Comprehensive Annual Financial Report. It's important to note that the district has received the CAFR distinction annually since 1991. According to the GFOA, the certificate is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting. Preparing the CAFR is part of the district's overall goal to maintain the financial health of the organization and to communicate that very clearly here within the community. I'd like to recognize the efforts of a few district staff members who were instrumental in the district's receiving these acknowledgments. A special thanks to our Director of Finance, Sue Stanish, and Jeremy Link of the Finance Department, and also Sue Omenson and Brian Gohl of the Marketing Department for their hard work that makes these recognitions possible. So congratulations and thank you to you. And then finally, I'd like to encourage everyone that might be watching here to attend the West Suburban Irish's annual St. Patrick's Day Parade this Saturday morning. Our own Vice President Mike Riley will be the Grand Marshal for the parade, and members of our Park Board of Commissioners will be out there to celebrate St. Patrick's Day a few days early with residents and friends. For more information on the parade, you can visit wsirish.org. Thank you. The next report is the Executive Director update, and that is Executive Director McGurry.
Thank you, President Janner. Keeping with the awards theme for this evening, I'd like to recognize our very own Katie Seppi, who's our HR Director. She received the 2014 HR Professional of the Year Award this week from the Management Association of Illinois, which is a large association made up of HR professionals from across the state. Myself and some staff members attended the luncheon, and needless to say, as I said in an email to you, it was a surprise to Katie. She had no idea that we were there until they said, turn around and look in the back of the room. I'm a hard guy to kind of blend in, so I kind of waited in the hallway for a while until they got to bring her up. But she handled the surprise speech with just the way you would think Katie would handle it, with professionalism and a lot of flair. So on behalf of the staff and the Naperville Park District, congratulations, Katie, on a award well-deserved. Okay, Looking for something fun to do with the grandkids during the week of spring break? Check out our week-long calendar of events tailor-made for grandparents and their grandchildren. We'll be showing animated movies for the young and young at heart, providing board games, hosting bingo, and opening up the game room for pool, ping pong, and other fun for all. Programs are for kids ages 5 and older, and most programs are free, although registration is required for all these events. Check out page 6 of the spring program guide for additional information or on our website. And speaking of spring break, we also have a wide variety of camps for ages 3 to 17 to keep kids busy and having fun during their week off from school. Choose from active camps like gymnastics and rock climbing to computer gaming and video game design and our Camp Hip Hop Hooray Day Camp. More information on our more than 20 spring break camps can be found, again, in our spring program guide or on our website. Registration is currently in progress, and camps are filling up, so please don't delay. And then finally, after this long winter that we are still in the midst of currently, the Naperville Park District wants to be your spring fever reliever. Bring the family and join us on the Riverwalk on Saturday, May 10th from 11 a.m. till 3 p.m. for lots of fun outdoor activities to finally celebrate the weather we've been patiently waiting for. We're not guaranteeing the snow will be gone by May 10th. We're hoping that it'll be gone by May 10th. Enjoy half-price paddleboat rides and try our new kayak rentals. We also have hands-on nature activities, live music, and kids events, program demonstrations, and much more. Visit our website for more details and be sure to mark your calendar for this community-wide day of spring fun and festivities. Thank you.
Bet you can't say spring fever reliever 3 times fast. Next item on our agenda is the approval of the treasurer's report.
Move to approve the January 2014 Treasurer's Report.
Second?
We have a motion and a second on the treasurer's report. Is there any discussion? Jackie, would you please take the roll?
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
Commissioner Egan?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Vice President Riley absent. President Janner.
Yes. The next item on our agenda is the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
President Janner, I'd like to remove item L.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Young would like to remove item L. Okay. Any others? Go ahead.
Move to accept consent agenda items A through K and M through T.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Jackie, would you please take the roll?
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Egan?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Vice President Riley absent. President Janner.
Yes. Next,
Wait, we have to
Accept the-
do the second
Right.
part.
Move to approve the consent agenda as accepted.
Second?
is there any discussion? This is a voice vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, then motion carries.
Unfinished. Move to approve ordinance 828 authorizing execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the Forest Preserve District of Will County and the Naperville Park District for the design, construction, and operation of the DuPage River Trail Extension Project, 95th Street to Knock Knolls Park.
Second?
Motion and a second. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I'd like to have staff address why we're forging a second trail, if there's already one that's packed in.
Sure, yeah, this initiative actually goes back to 1992, where the city, the Park District, Forest Preserve Districts, and Will and DuPage County developed the DuPage River Trail. And the whole idea of the trail is to have a scenic walkway that's ADA accessible that runs along the DuPage River. We recently installed the connection from Jefferson to Ogden Avenue. We all are very familiar with the Riverwalk, and this continues that scenic view. Talking about other access routes through Knock Knolls Park, the Forest Preserve District, Will County, actually conducted several studies working with engineers, conducted soil borings, conducted archaeological surveys, and figured out this was the best alignment through Knock Knolls Park for this type of trail. They also received a grant from the federal government through a program called CMAQ. They received $1.3 million to develop this trail in Knock Knolls Park and Rivercrest Estates Park, and they received a grant in 2011. So the next step is to approve the intergovernmental agreement tonight and develop the trail starting next year in 2015.
What's to become of the existing trail then?
It's to remain the way that it is, so residents can still use it and enjoy it, but we need to develop a trail that's not in the woodlands, that's adjacent to the river, that meets the soil requirements for the structural base of the trail, so the asphalt trail will be ADA accessible, but the other trail will remain intact.
Is that other one a path of desire? Will it be maintained, or is it just?
I think that's all it is now, is a POD, and it's for residents to use, part of public land.
Is there any other discussion? Okay, hearing none. Jackie, if you please take the roll.
Commissioner Todd?
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
Commissioner Egan?
No.
Commissioner Heidi? Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Vice President Riley, absent. President Janner.
Yes. Okay, next item on our agenda is announcements about future meetings. The next regular meeting of the Board of Park Commissioners will take place on March 27th, 2014 at 6 p.m. The South Maintenance Facility Lunchroom at 3415 Book Road. Next meeting after that will be on April 10th, 2014, 7 p.m. at the Naperville Municipal Center, Council Chambers right here, 400 South Eagle Street. And finally, the one after that, April 23rd, 2014, 6 p.m., South Maintenance Facility Lunchroom, 3415 Book Road. And please note that is a different date than usual. Okay.
All right, move to adjourn to executive session to discuss land acquisition under 2C5 and personnel under 2C1 of the Open Meetings Act.
Second?
All in favor, please say aye. Oh, pardon me. Jackie, if you please take the roll.
Yes.
Commissioner Ori?
Aye.
Commissioner Egan?
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi? Commissioner Young?
Yes.
Vice President Riley, absent. President Janner.
Yes.